Shouldn't
All
be
right.
right.
Hey, this is Corey from Trivium, and you're watching Brad's interview on Mega Metal.
You can start. It's on here.
Magazine.
Mega
All
Metal
right.
Magazine.
All right. Hey, this is Corey from Trivium. We're watching Brad's interview on Mega Metal Magazine.
Cool. And I'm sure you guys have already been seeing some reviews and seeing how the fans are reacting to the album. What have you seen so far?
It's been awesome. We've got a lot of emails, and people are really stoked about it. They really love the record, and so it's really cool. That we haven't. People are digging it. More than they like it. And saying there's their favorite one. So
That's really good.
it's going really good, and there's a lot of people having problems finding it in stores because it's been a lot of places are selling out. So that's good, and hopefully the stores restock them. I guess they underestimated the Trivium fans coming out buying the records so quickly. So it's been awesome. We've been a lot of kids at the shows been digging on it. We've met a lot of people that are really liking it. So we're pretty stoked that it's gotten such a great reaction.
You haven't already ran out on the tour yet, have you? Of albums?
I don't know. We only had a certain amount from the first day, so we go through them quite a bit.
Right.
It's people, some people that come to the show, they want to get the shirts. And then
Right.
They haven't gotten the CD yet. They can get it later at a store, but the shirts we have, a lot of people are buying that because they can't get that besides at the show. So.
True, yeah, if it's a tour shirt.
Yeah.
So what are the numbers right now? Is it in the Billboard Top 200, or are the numbers doing pretty well on the show?
You don't find out till a week after it comes out, so we still got a few more days. But so far, the stupid, retarded speculation crap that everyone tries to find out. I guess it's good. Rumor that it's in the top 20, but everyone puts such a big emphasis on first week sales when it really doesn't mean shit. Because you tour for a record for 2 years, so what does a 1 week opening mean?
Exactly.
It's all about the longevity of the record and what it is in the long run. It's kind of like they took inherited the Hollywood opening weekend box office crap as something that's relevant for music, which you could do a certain amount the first week, but the record could pick up like a year later and really blow up. So we don't really, it's first week stuff's cool if you're in on the charts or whatever, but it's not going to make or break a record or really that important because we're going to be on the road for like 2 or 3 years pushing the record. So first week's very small in comparison to the long run of the record.
I see. How about track-wise? Is the most popular track probably, what is it, probably like Down from the Sky or Into the Mouth of Hell because of the Madden '09 soundtrack? Or?
No, there hasn't really been a definitive #1 song. It varies from person to person because I feel that every song in the record's really strong, and each song's got its own kind of vibe and uniqueness to it that it's a lot of people are loving this song or their favorite song's this, so it's there's not really like that one song that everyone's like totally loving probably, but like Into the Mouth of Hell and Down from the Sky at the point in time since the record's so new are definitely the most recognizable songs for people since they've been online and people have had a chance to listen to them for a while before the record. But since the album came out, everyone's really a lot of people are really into Shogun since it's such a
just
long
to that
song
track
and it's got a lot of different shit in it, so I guess people are liking that song. So I guess you have to wait for the record to be out a little bit longer for people to really kind of digest all the songs, since some of the stuff's got quite a bit going on, and might take a few listens to really kind of soak in all the parts and all the melodies and stuff that's going on.
Yeah, I just heard Shogun. Like I listened to maybe half the album up until today on the car ride up here, and Shogun's a really strong track. I think I like it a lot better than even the Crusade, the title track of the last album. So
this one has words.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, how do you feel about one of Trivium's songs being on the Madden '09 game? You were talking about in the last interview last year on Family Values about how big of a Madden fan you are. So
it's really cool. I've been so busy. I got the new one, but I haven't really had a chance to play it a whole lot. But it's really cool. They edited the song up, so they kind of butchered it a bit. But with all the words they had to cut out. But
really?
Yeah.
Is screaming still in there too? Or?
No, you can scream. You just can't say hell, which is kind of retarded that they picked that song because it says hell quite a bit. But it's cool to be on the game. But I don't, Madden's not I guess a game that people like listen to the song on the game and go buy the album. So, but it's cool. I guess it raises your profile, and it's cool to have a song in your favorite game. Some pop song is kind of cool. So.
Actually, I kind of got into Andrew WK because of the Madden game. Like, I heard that song, but it's a good song. I need to check that song out,
Well, I don't think it's going to be really weird. People are going to go, what the fuck's up with the song since it's so chopped up. I heard it and I was like, dude, this is fucking retarded. They should have picked a different song that you can actually get the gist of the song without having half the shit cut out for words.
At least the name's on it, though. That's kind of cool. Just to have the Trivium name.
Yeah, it's cool. So I have to play the game more to see it. I've only seen it like once or twice since my lack of gameplay so far.
Do you? Is there any other video games or movies that are going to feature any Shogun's tracks coming out anytime soon?
Not that I know of. We kind of compared to other Roadrunner bands that are out there, we kind of get the shaft apparently from the video game movie market. But
Sims 2, man, that was cool. The Simish Like Light to the Flies track.
That game was stupid.
It's stupid, but it's cool. This song.
As we've had some stuff here and there, but it's not very frequent.
Right.
The Madden thing was really cool, which I was really stoked on. Hopefully, we can get on another. I really want to be on the new hockey, NHL hockey, but I don't know if I think it's too late by now. But that'd be really cool, and some of those like I guess violent games like Grand Theft Auto would be kind of cool.
Grand Theft Auto 5 featuring Trivium.
But I don't really have a vast interest in a lot of different. I play a lot of sports games. And that's about it. I have a very limited collection of games I play. It's all football and hockey, so it's those are kind of the only things I really would be like really stoked about. But Matt's the big gamer, so he probably has a whole list of fucking games that
be a Final Fantasy game will be featuring a Trivium song.
That'd be the end of it. He talks about that enough as it is.
Really?
So,
still? There's
yeah.
even been a good Final Fantasy out lately.
I know, but anyone who brings it up, he just
talk about it forever. Yeah.
I have to leave the room. I'm like, I can't take it anymore.
Well, you don't play the Final Fantasies at all? Or?
Fuck no.
You ever even tried it?
I'm not into that kind of shit. That stuff's a little too out there for me.
Cool. I saw you reading when you came in here. What were you reading?
Reading the Boys Will Be Boys. The kind of like a, I don't know if I could call it a documentary or something, but it's like a book about the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s when they won all the Super Bowls and all their fucking drug and crazy shit they used to do off the field and stuff, so it's pretty entertaining.
Sounds pretty entertaining. It's pretty thick, too.
Yeah, well, they party quite a bit. Talk about their a bunch of players are cocaine problems, steroids, they'd have strippers all over the place and stuff, so they're pretty wild rock and roll-ish kind of attitude they had, so it's a pretty interesting read. I just got it yesterday, so I haven't really got into the juicy stuff.
So have you guys enjoyed this tour? You guys got the Human Abstract 36 Crazy Fist opening. Is all the remains underneath you guys, or are they above you guys as far as headlining, or are you guys just kind of rotating headlining?
It's co-headlining, so it's usually a flip-flop every night, and we just switch spots, but either way we both play the same amount of time each day, so really doesn't matter. It's either you're playing earlier or later, so it's cool. I don't mind playing before them because I get done earlier.
True, and then you can go out there, drink, do it.
I don't have to wait around to play till like 10:30 at night, so it's easier for us since our drum kit's like 4 times the size of theirs, so it's easier to have our stuff set up ahead of time than build it right before we play. But it's been really cool. We've toured with them, all the remains quite a bit. It's like our 3rd tour we've done with them before since we started touring. So we've had, we've known them for a while, so it's cool to be back on the road with them. And we've done some shows with 36 before, so we know those guys. And we just met the Human Abstract. It's the first time we've done anything with them.
Oh, really?
And those guys are really cool dudes. So it's been a fun tour. Everything's been really smooth. It's our first tour in like 9 months. So it's fun to be back out on the road and playing for fans again.
Right. I was also going to ask you, the phone's going. The Human Abstract and 36 Crazy Fist, don't they bring in a little bit of a different crowd, like compared to Trivium and all their mains, you think?
I don't really know. You know, it was pretty much the chunk of people that are coming to the shows are here for us and all that remains. So we're the draw on this tour. They probably have some fans that are cross over with ours, or maybe have some of their own fans. But from the amount of Trivium shirts that are in the crowd, it's we got a lot of love out there, and we haven't toured. This is the first time we've been back in this area for like a year and a half. So people have been really excited that we're back in town, since we haven't played a lot of these cities in a really long time, or we've never played in some of these cities ever. So it's been pretty cool to get back out and play in a place where they haven't had a chance to see us in a long time. So it's we're having fun, and everyone in the crowd seems to be having a good time too.
Oh yeah, it's good seeing you guys without the huge festival like atmosphere like Family Values. That was the last time you guys
blew.
Really? You guys did play main stage though, which was...
Yeah, but we got the shitty time slot where when we went on there would be like nobody there, so it was pretty much played for nobody. So I'd rather have stayed home all summer.
True. I guess. Well, maybe you guys earned a few new fans,
Whatever.
So I would say a lot of the Korn fans, I would think, probably wouldn't have heard of a lot of bands like Neurosonic, Trivium, probably not even Atreyu.
Well, it's like when we went on, there would be like nobody there, so even if Korn fans never heard of us, they weren't there to fucking hear it anyway. So. Well,
maybe you'll be on their posters, so they'll be like, "Let me check that band out."
It really didn't. I don't really think it really had much beneficial. Most of the people that showed up to see us play on that tour were fans that we already had that were stuck up on the hill like 50 yards away, and it was just empty seats. So it's kind of it was pretty lame. And
yeah, that would be lame. Like they couldn't even be up front or anything if they wanted to be.
I guess we learned our lesson on that one.
See, I was also going to ask you live. I'm sure a lot of fans are kind of confused now that Shogun's out and Screaming's been brought back after the Crusade and Since Ascendancy. Live-wise, do you scream still filling in Matt's gaps, or does he scream again after, or you know what I mean, like after his singing parts and all that?
He screams the Ascendancy stuff. We kind of pretty much do it the way we used to do it back when we toured for Ascendancy.
Really? So it's back to kind of the old style again?
He would scream it, and I do all my fill-in parts and stuff like that, but the new stuff, the way the screaming is, it's overlaps a lot of the singing, so it's like impossible for one guy to sing both parts.
So you're screaming over those parts too then?
So he screams some of the parts on the new stuff, and I scream some of the parts. It just depends on what part it is, just because of the singing being right next to it, or this and that. So it's he does do screaming live again, but he doesn't do every single screaming part, just because it's like kind of impossible for one person to sing that much.
Right.
And there's a lot of words and stuff. So he is screaming, but I still scream a lot, and I've always screamed even since I first got in the band. So it's me screaming is not like a big change. So.
Yeah, no, exactly. I just meant like live. Like, it's pretty much the same way it would have been like around 05 or early 06.
Yeah, it's there. The newer stuff, some of the songs I have a good amount of screaming, and he'll do like a middle section or something like that. But the way the new stuff's written, it's kind of hard for really hard for one person to switch back and forth that quick, because like Kitty Stay Go Man, it's like singing and then a screaming part, then they overlap, and
you
it's like physically impossible. So it's just he screams when it's and when it where it works out and stuff. It's like very balanced to where it's everyone's able to do it comfortably and actually be able to catch your breath and stuff. So it's it makes it so everyone can sing the best they can for the show, instead of just forcing yourself to try to scream everything that you really can't. So people do get to see him scream again. So it's
yeah, I'm sure that's being like extremely well received, because I mean well, during the Crusade, it seemed like there was no screaming at all live. It was all kind of, all the Ascendancy and Ember to Inferno songs seemed like they were just kind of, sung kind of like the Crusade. I heard a little bit of screaming live from you, it seemed like, but now if it's back to the old way that Ascendancy and Ember to Inferno are played live, that's really cool too. Plus you guys can play the Crusade and Shogun the way it's supposed to be heard too. So.
Yeah, it's cool to hear them. After we were doing the record, we kind of were like, dude, he kind of over the since we did the Crusade, you know, kind of learned how to scream. Like we were in the studio, like he kind of figured out how to scream without shredding his voice.
Right.
And because I think the studio, because you do a lot of screaming for like a really long amount of time, so I think you really kind of figured out to be able to do it for a long time. And we were just like, dude, we go back on a tour with the way this record is and everything like that. We got to try screaming again. And he really kind of figured out how to make it work and
without shredding his voice
and be able to still sing all the other stuff without sounding ridiculous, like ridiculously bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because you can't sing, but you know, it's been working out, and some of the, you know, just hearing the, you know, even for us, since we have some of the stuff like the stuff from Ascendancy, you haven't heard it with the screaming. It's you know, it's really cool.
Really?
To hear it that way, and also it just makes the songs even more intense because both of us are screaming on it as well, and we double up. So it's stuff's gotten a lot more, I guess, more on the brutal side, more intense with everything, and even the stuff from Ascendancy with both of us screaming and just doing other stuff. It's really kind of like giving those songs like a new life to them as well, just because they have like this. I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe, but I guess just the way we're doing it now, or the intensity we put into it live, it just, those songs just come across more in your face than they did like a couple years ago. So it's a lot of fun. And a lot of people are kind of surprised because they hadn't heard about how we're doing it now. So I think, you know, people who are missing the screaming part are definitely really back on board with a really high enthusiasm about the band again, because we have that element that there's a lot of people that were missing that.
Exactly. Yeah, I read about that everywhere. And maybe you guys will be, you know, it'd be a completely different live show than it even was last year. I mean, it sounds like that's what it's going to be like. So
yeah, even when we toured for the Crusade, like the way we did some of those songs live, definitely added, like, made those songs even heavier than the record. Fucking flies. And just because like we did it in the record, and then going out live and just kind of like figuring out how to make the songs work with all the fucking words, and you know, being able to breathe and stuff. So I took over some parts, and I can't sing, so I would like do my little like part with a screaming little thing underneath, and so it, like definitely some of those songs live became a lot more intense than the record, and it's like those songs sound better live than on the record. But now, like the Shogun stuff, like those songs translate live like perfect. Like we can really, and some of the songs come across like just because of the live atmosphere, just like more intense. So it's a lot of fun just to hear the songs like when we play them live, just like how heavy the songs are. So it's you know, we're having a lot of fun like with the set we're playing on this tour.
Sounds cool. You get so much of a diverse amount of music. You got like Shogun that's completely different than the Crusade that's different than Ascendancy. Ascendancy and Ember are a little bit the same, but it's like just so diverse, you know.
Yeah, it's like even playing songs from like Ascendancy, Crusade, and Shogun all like back like in between each other and going in and out. It's even though each record's got its own kind of vibe, which is kind of like the way we like it, because we don't like to repeat ourselves. We like doing the exact same record every time. It's not that fun.
Yeah.
So it's always fun to experiment and add new things into the sound. So even our fans have something new and fresh. And but in the end, you know, like playing songs from the last 3 albums that got a different vibe and a different kind of, you know, sound to them. Playing them all live together and going back and forth from different albums, it still all fits in the grand scheme of things, and they all complement each other and fit. It just sounds like a bunch of Trivium songs.
It's great to hear.
So it's even though each thing's a little bit different, it's still, you know, it's all written by the same dude, so it's still got that same, I guess, energy and
it's still
character.
Trivium, you know. Yeah. Now, how about the solos? Like on Shogun, I've noticed they seem like they're a lot more. I think it's harmonic minor. They sound like a little bit more, you know, like less pretty, more dark and you know, I don't really know how to describe it. Just kind of like dark and gritty.
There's some that are harmonic minor. Some are just regular minor, or just really odd.
As opposed to diatonics or something, like it sounded like, you know, like Ascendancy. A lot of the solos sound very pretty, you know what I mean? Like uplifting. these ones sound a little bit more dark.
Yeah, it's just kind of, the solos are just a reflection of the music.
Right.
And a lot of the stuff that we had written, just came out naturally, just in a very dark, gloomy kind of sound. And the sections we kind of picked to solo over, like that, just seemed like the right spots. Definitely had a. It wasn't just doing like a lot of like just kind of like those Iron Maiden, just like big epic open solos. There was like a lot of really dark kind of riffing and stuff, and it just a lot of the stuff. There's a lot of harmonic minor, and there's just like some other stuff that's just Phrygian mode and stuff like that. Just like kind of those really darker, type scales, and then there's also mixed in with that. Just the standard minor kind of shit. So, and then there's some really odd keys and stuff that it was kind of like, what the fuck? We never played in that before.
Yeah,
it was like really weird.
Just from hearing it.
And then Matt had to kind of, Down from the Sky, he had to kind of like, I don't even know what scale it is. I don't know if he made it up or he just had to figure it out by the riff, because the riff made, to me, I was like, I ain't fucking soloing over it. That doesn't make sense to solo over, but he kind of figured something out. So there's a lot of challenging stuff and a lot of different styles of riffs and rhythms that on any other record we've never really soloed over. So it definitely made it more challenging, and having just like a one bass note going along and stuff. So it was definitely a different style, and also it was really fun because it was challenging to play over.
Right. Yeah.
And,
like you said, you almost think he made up the scale on that one.
Yeah, it was challenging to play over, but it was also, it was a lot of fun when you actually did something cool over it, because if it's something you're not familiar with, you definitely have to push yourself a lot harder and really kind of, think, really creatively to try to make something that's really catchy over something that's like unfamiliar to your playing. So
right.
It was, some of the stuff came together pretty fast. Some was like, kind of a challenge. You're like, dude, what the fuck do I do? And in the end, I was, really stoked with the guitar playing we were able to do on the record. So
right.
It's pretty fun to listen to. I'm just like, fuck, that's gonna be a bitch to play live, because we always play stuff faster live, and some of the shit on the record's already fast enough as it is. Right. So it's gonna be
some of the tracks are long, and
yeah, some of the solos are just, I listen to them on the record, I'm just like, I don't remember playing it that fast, but fuck. So it's gonna be interesting to try to relearn some of that shit once we start adding some of those songs on the record.
Oh, really? Are you guys gonna add them as the tour goes along, or?
No, this tour we're already playing 4 new songs, and we only have 50 minutes, and our songs are pretty long, so we only play like 9 tunes.
Oh.
So if we don't want to add any more new songs just because of the old fan favorites that everyone kind of expects us to play.
Gunshot, probably.
Yeah, so we don't want to take out any of those songs, but hopefully next time. We do, or at some point we do like a headlining tour. We usually play for like an hour and a half. So
I kind of thought you guys would play longer tonight, just because, or on this tour, because you guys are both headlining. So.
Yeah, we both play 50 minutes, but it would be awesome if we both played an hour. But
yeah,
I guess with curfews and stuff, and it's kind of hard to fit
right.
two bands playing that long. But when we play an hour and a half, we play a lot of stuff from at least a song or two from every record. We throw in Ember to Inferno stuff. We've played B-sides and shit. Like, we've thrown in a bunch of different stuff. And
like Broken One and Vengeance, or?
Now we've played Broken One overseas and stuff.
Oh, really?
That's actually, people actually have that over there. We played in Japan, and we played it at the beginning of this tour, and no one knew what the fuck we were playing.
What?
So they probably thought it was another new song, but we took it out and put in another brand new one.
Oh, okay.
So
it'd be cool to hear a Broken One too, like the bass part at the beginning.
Yeah, we've done that, and just Ember to Inferno stuff, and some B-sides that were on Ascendancy, and and then when we do a longer set, throw in like another song or something from the new record that by that time we'll kind of have an idea which songs would kind of like would be good live songs or something like that. So I'm sure by the end of when it's all said and done, every song from the new album will be played live at some point.
Everyone will know the words, and
yeah, so that'd be fun. A lot of people, we played a new song we added into the set before the record came out, and there was people singing along to it, and we're like, you must have got it online.
Yeah.
So
how does that feel when you see people? It's cool probably to see them singing, but how do you feel about them downloading it ahead of time?
Yeah, can't really get mad because it happens to everybody. You know?
At least they're at their show and they're probably gonna buy your album anyways. Hopefully.
Yeah, if they're fucking singing the words, apparently they like the song. So hopefully, you know, I just hope that, you know, everyone that downloads it, because, you know, nowadays people are, you know, if they're really into something, they want to hear it like right now. They don't want to. They're kind of impatient to wait for a release date. So if they find out that it's available online, you know, they want to hear it like as soon as possible. And the way the economy is, and, you know, kids might not have a whole lot of money to buy a ton of records. You know, being able to download it and listen to it, like kind of like a, you know, it's kind of like trying on a pair of pants or something like that. You just like want to make sure, it fits before you buy it. And you know, if they buy it, you know, with a limited amount of money they got, and with all the, you know, with all the music that comes out nowadays, you know, they want to make sure they get their money's worth with something that they're really gonna like for a long time and listen to. So I don't have a problem with it, as long as, you know, if people like it, you know, you show some support and buy it. And yeah, so it's cool, you know, people, you know, if they know the words ahead of time and stuff. And so yeah.
One other thing might be because you know, like the album came out in the middle of the tour, it seemed like, so people are probably like, man, I might hear new songs on the tour but not know anything about them. So
yeah, we were lucky this time. The album leaked like a week, almost like maybe like
Crusade was like a month, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like leaked like probably like maybe 12 days or something before the release date. Crusade was like a month, so I guess we kind of kept it under wraps a little bit longer than before. So I think you know, that worked out. And, you know, we also were planning on, even if it didn't leak, we were streaming the whole record on our MySpace anyway for people to listen to. So it's just, you know, I guess people actually being able to have the physical, I guess, file that they can rip and share and stuff like that. So hopefully people are, you know, they support music and stuff.
They still want to buy it and come to the shows.
Some people, I buy a lot of shit on iTunes all the time, but you know, I know a lot of people like to have like the physical copy and stuff.
Well, yeah, to get it signed or just to have it, you know, like in their collection.
And plus the special edition that comes with the DVD and everything, you can't get the DVD if you buy it online, but I'm sure it's on YouTube that people can fucking just stream it or whatever. But
damn the internet.
Yeah, but it seems it's done us a lot of good. You know, we didn't have much. We didn't have any magazine coverage really in the States. No magazine covers or anything like that. We haven't really done. Before the album came out, we didn't really have any press or anything.
It's weird because like Crusade was everywhere. It seemed like every magazine featured Trivium on the cover around that time.
No, overseas we do. In the States, we
we
haven't done anything in the States for covers. It's all the covers that people see over here are the ones that they're imported from, like Metal Hammer from England and stuff. So we get a lot of coverage worldwide. In the States, it's like motherfuckers don't throw a shit. We don't get fucking anything. Like there's bands that are like fucking like it's so like not even like half the amount of records we do on fucking covers of magazines, and well, we don't get anything. But you know, luckily we have a really strong, dedicated fan base that, you know, we have no magazine, no big features or covers or anything like that, and it's pretty much we just have a really, you know, we know how to work the fucking internet, and that's pretty much how, you know, word of mouth through the internet and stuff is, you know, and our record sales are, you know, up there with, you know, with any metal band, you know, and we get like not even half the amount of fucking coverage in the States that some bands do. So, you know, we're pretty fortunate that we have a really strong fan base that doesn't need a magazine to know that we have a record coming out. They find out on our own or just keep up with what we're doing. So, you know, we're really stoked about that we can kind of push through and get to where we're at without having, you know, anyone fucking, you know, hold our hand or, hey, we'll give you a hand, you know. You know, so we can do it on our own without any fucking major outlet to really do that. So, you know, it's pretty awesome. It's kind of like a fuck you to everyone else that, you know, wow, you know, who gives a fuck about them? We're not put them on their magazine. You know, it's like, fuck you. True. We'll sell records anyway, bitch. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of more fun that way because it's kind of like the underdog approach.
At that point, you guys are doing it on your own too. It's like we don't even need press to do it, but. You guys have been on several magazines, though. Like Guitar World, you've been on there before.
Never done Guitar World.
Really?
We've been on Guitar One.
That's what it was, yeah, Guitar One.
And that's pretty much the only cover I think we've been on in the States. Everything else, like, we're on fucking every cover, like, yeah.
Never done
Metal Edge or Revolver, Decibel, none of that shit. I think we did Decibel over in Europe, but that was about it. But you know, we do covers everywhere worldwide except for here.
This album, hopefully,
America gives no love.
Well, you guys are huge over in like Japan and Europe, right? Like,
it's you know it's getting there. It's been keeps getting, every time we go over there, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's we get a lot of coverage, and a lot of people are really into us over there. So it's every time we go over there, it's like fucking full on, like 9-hour days. It's like fucking, this is what a regular job must feel like, because it's like non-stop, getting shoot around to radio stations and stuff. It's like, it's pretty wild in comparison. Touring the States is like being on vacation. It's like we don't have to do, we might have like 1 or 2 interviews a day.
Signings, radio stations, you'd think. I mean, you guys don't do very many of those in the States.
Hell no. I do like maybe like 1 or 2 interviews like a day at the most.
Wow, that's not bad. It must be like crazy over there then.
There were, we actually travel over there and do like press tours before the record, where we don't even go play. We just travel around like all over Europe just doing interviews all day. So it's a whole different beast over there, but it's really awesome to have, to be able to have that market that really has like a real big, I guess, level of awareness and stuff like that. We've done a lot of touring around the world that it's really starting to pay off. So we're pretty stoked about where everything's going. And this record, is we feel it's our best, and we're really proud of the songs we wrote, and we worked so long on them that it's really cool to see press and fans and just everyone in the metal music world or just in music in general really
all jumping onto the Trivium
really
boat.
Just appreciating the music and really digging it, and that's just, it's really cool that for all the hard work we have, that people are really appreciative and enjoying what we put into the music. So it's pretty killer.
How are we doing on time?
Got 37 minutes of battery left.
No, I meant this time. Sorry, I saw it flashing.
Guess it's the same 5 minutes.
Okay. Here, sorry, just 1 sec. Just cut it. I don't know why it's flashing. I just
Time to go.
Alright, cool. Now we're doing the voice things on there, so vocal check. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so I was just gonna say, do you have any final things you want to say about Shogun? Just kind of getting the word out there. Anything specific to say about to the fans?
It's pretty much, if you haven't heard it, go fucking listen to it, and if you like it, fucking go pick yourself up a copy. There's not really much I can say to coax you into buying it. You just got to go fucking listen to it and see for yourself, what it's all about, and hopefully you dig it. Go to our MySpace page, myspace.com/Trivium. We got a bunch of stuff up there. Trivium.org's got some shit, and our YouTube page. There's all sorts of different Trivium websites that you can get a sample of the music on it, and if you dig it, buy it, and appreciate it, and I guess keep an eye out for tour dates, and if you're into the band, or come check out a show at some point in time when we come through. So right on.
If you're looking for press too, look in Europe, or look at the European magazines.
You want to get a cover, you want to get a magazine with us on the cover, you're looking to have to buy it from Europe or England or some shit, because you're not going to find it in the States.
Alright, well, thanks, Corey. I appreciate everything. Good.